Welcome back. So in the last video, we gave a brief overview of the different data persistence options that you have available in your browser. And in this video, we're going to actually implement local storage. That will be the only one we implement along with session storage. We won't implement cookies because they're a bit more complicated. So with that, let's get started. So I'm going to go ahead and just make a nice HTML file and JavaScript file and link a script tag. Same old, same old. And we will have this be like a search page. And let's open this up. Cool. So here's our search page. And so I think what I'll do for this demo is I will use another API. So let's look at the Pokemon API. So it's a neat little API with just information about Pokemon. Easy peasy, really easy to use. It's open. And so we will use this URL. Caps like that. Excellent. And I'm just going to use only the Pokemon endpoint. So this endpoint takes the name of a Pokemon at the end. You can look at the documentation and see. So we search it /Pokemon /Ditto, gives us Ditto and all of Ditto's moves and information about his abilities and forms and yada yada yada. Let's shrink all this. And so we're going to make this a bit of a dynamic API where I should be able to type in the name of any Pokemon and get that Pokemon. So I'm going to, in my HTML, we'll make a form. And we'll just have an input type equals text, button type equals submit. That just says search Pokemon. And we'll add nothing. Great, so we got that. We're gonna want to go ahead and grab that form with DOM manipulation, our good old friend query selector, and when we submit that form, we want to prevent the default. This should all hopefully be information you remember from the intro class, and we will grab the value of that input. Clear the value. And let's just log it to make sure that we didn't break anything. So we open up the console here. We're going to put in the Pokemon and click search. And in the console, you can see here that it shows up. Excellent. So now we actually want to take that input and hit this API for information. So what I'll do is we've got the Pokemon here. We will do a fetch call. So I'm going to make this function asynchronous by just adding async, and I will do const response equals fetch. I'm going to put a template literal here, and we're going to do API underscore URL, and then $Pokemon. So basically, this looks probably a little weird, but we're just we're really, and actually I don't even really need the template literal. Let's, instead of doing that, we're going to just concatenate. We're just taking this URL and tacking on the Pokemon at the end. We want to await that with our good friend async await, and then let's take the response and await the JSON of that, and let's see what we get. So if we type Charmander now, we hit search, we're going to get back Charmander's data. And so you can look at this, and we've got a pretty similar data set as this one. We've got the abilities, base experience, forms, yada, yada, yada. Cool. So you might be thinking, well, Michael, what does that have to do with local storage? I'm getting there. So let's just add a little more. Maybe we make a function render Pokemon, and we're going to add a main tag here, and that's where we'll put our Pokemon. So we'll do main element equals document dot query selector, and we'll say that when we get a Pokemon, we're going to take their data and render them. And so we'll make a template. Let's pass that there. There we go. So we'll make a template. And we'll just make an H2. And we'll start plugging in the name and information of this Pokemon. So name is probably important. We want that piece. Now I'm going to show you a neat trick, because what we're going to find when we work with APIs is that's kind of a pain in the butt to do something like this. So we want to grab the name off of Pokemon data, and we want to grab the let's just grab any information. So we'll grab the location area encounters. So we'll do like a P, where you can find Charmander. And we'll make an anchor tag href equal to that location area encounters. And actually, let's just put that whole thing in the tag. So wrap a P tag, close the A tag. There we go. And let's grab a picture of him. We'll do front default. So we'll do an image tag source equals double quotes Pokemon data dot front default. And then we'll just take this main element and set its inner HTML to this template. So if I did this right, we should now see Charmander pop up. Did something wrong there. Data persistence undefined. got the name. Why is it mad at me? Log the Pokemon data, make sure I didn't mess something up. So, whoops, Charmander, search. File not found, undefined. All right, I'm gonna pause for a quick second. Okay, my bad, I see where I messed up. So, this key, this property actually lives on, it lives on here. So if we look at the data, this is where you gotta be careful. Front default lives on the sprites key. So we want this to actually be dot sprites dot front default. So if I did that right, there we go, cool. And if we click this link, we can get an array of areas, and we could use this data and render a map or do any other cool things, but there's that. But now when we refresh the page, it's all gone. So what if when we land on this page, we wanted to see the most recent Pokemon that's been searched? Well, up till now we haven't had that ability, but we can implement that with local storage. So this video is getting a little long, so I'm going to cut it to the next video. But in the next video, we're going to take this app and we're going to use local storage to make it a little more data persistent. So thank you. See you in the next video.